Yeah.
and there's only so much you can take in any given time emotionally. But then, of course, there's only so many times you can see your throat get ripped out when you made the wrong move, and you have to start again.
Hi, Gabriel.
Hey, Jonathan, how are you?
I'm doing great. So I've seen the first couple of episodes and really loving what I've seen so far. And obviously, want to know what kind of you knew about this world that you stepped into prior to getting involved in this TV show. Did you play the
Well,
game?
prior to getting the part, well, I'd have to go back 10 years, actually, really, to
Yeah.
tell you the first experience with it was brief, but it was at a buddy's house who had a PlayStation, and he wasn't around, so I was just playing his games, and he had The Last of Us, and then I got to experience what that first 30 minutes of that game is. And if you've played it, you know what I'm
Yeah.
talking about. And of course, I don't want to kind of tilt our hand as to those who haven't experienced yet, but I found it to be, I mean, of course, it was thrilling to be in that scene, but also the fact that you could choose your perspective, you could choose the frame as you're experiencing that those first moments. And I thought that was really, really exciting, really innovative. And I was like, man, I want to finish this, but I didn't have the time. You know, I only got to play the first 30 minutes. Never got to play it again. Just never, I guess, never got around to it. I don't know what the deal was. But then you know, I take my meeting with Craig when he's telling me, you're our guy, and he's like, have you played the games? And I was like, you know, I just started, because I'm the kind of person that likes to prepare as if I already have the job. And so
Yeah.
I had started playing it. The remake came, or not the remake, but the remaster for PlayStation 4 came out, and I was playing that one. And so yeah, it's I spent 2.5 months playing it, leading up, literally finished 2 days before we shipped out to Calgary. And it took me that long because of how dense the story is, and how
Open every drawer and
I mean,
everything like that.
of course, that's me too. I'm somebody who likes to explore everything, but also it took me, and it was mostly the story and how kind of heart wrenching it always was.
Yeah.
And there's only so much you can take in any given time emotionally. But then, of course, there's only so many times you can see your throat get ripped out when you made the wrong move, and you have to start again. But yeah, so I did. I had the full experience before we started.
I see. So, having gone through that, getting to like get deeper into Tommy and make him like a character that in the game we can't follow him that much because he's not the main character of the story. Uh, how was it to kind of flesh the character out, and did you have anything that you wanted to bring to the character yourself, or
Yeah.
how did that work out?
Yeah, you're right. You know, he's very prominent in the second game, but he's
Yeah,
kind of ever present in the games, because Joel, that's such a small
we
family
talk
unit.
about them all the
It's
time.
me, Joel, and Sarah, right? That's our family.
Yeah,
And then as you go through the game, they talk about him quite a bit. So you kind of wean a lot of the information off these conversations, off these context clues from what everybody's saying about Tommy, which is in a way is what I love about how I love to learn about characters anyway.
yeah,
When I'm reading a script for any project, it's always about what others say about the character, that you have to really put a lot of weight into that, because the perception of who they are is very important. And so I'm lucky. I say it all the time. Both Tommy and I grew up in the same town. We were born and raised in Austin. There's a lot of that's just bred into us.
yeah,
So I think that I was able just to draw on that I drew on that heavily. And then beyond that, you take what Jeffrey did in his performance, Jeffrey Pearson, and you try to honor the moments that you love, and honor the elements that you want to preserve, and then just go from there.
Yeah. So playing the game, it's really scary with the clickers, and you hear that sound.
Yeah.
Was wondering how it was on set, because from what I've gathered, they really did a number on those prosthetics and everything
Oh
like
yeah.
that. How was it to like actually see that in real life?
Yeah. No, no. Scary's right, man. Scary is right. You hit it on the head, and it's interesting. It's one part giant escape room, Last of Us escape room. It's one part uh, Nightmare Factory, which is like an old haunted house we used to have in Austin. Is that down in
Yeah.
my neighborhood in South Austin? There's a place called the Nightmare Factory, and which is, I don't know, for some reason I'm sparking my mind. I remember when I was like 12 and I was walking through there with my brother, my girlfriend, and her best friend. And I remember at one point I could barely move forward because everyone's just weighing me down. They're all holding on to me, and I'm taking very small steps through this, trying to
Yeah.
get through this haunted house, but I have to do it very slowly because everybody's dragging me. I'm dragging everyone. And at one point, I look around and can't find my little brother. And I was like, "Where's my brother? Where's my brother?" He's like, "I'm down here, Gabe." He's literally like hiding like this. But that's what it is. That's the feeling of it. I mean, you're surrounded by threats, and anything could be there around the corner. And in the game, as you know, there's a lot of really scary moments. Um,
Yeah.
I usually try to get out ahead of those. Sometimes they're stuck to the walls and they come out of the walls, and then I usually try to preemptively just take those out because I'm anticipating them jumping out and get me. But yeah, man, it was all there. I mean, prosthetics, fire, the threat is all there, and we could just respond as very naturally.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to see the rest. So best of luck with the premiere, and thanks for your time.
Thanks, brother.